Thing that I've laid out on the bed here are things I'm going to be taking to the store on. How do I not keep making these? And they're really popular. I really like the way the eyes turned out. These little guys, they have so much personality with their embroidery. Hello there, crochet friends. Welcome to another week of crochet. This week we are going to be working on WIPS and projects that I have started and then not finished. I'm very, very bad about doing that. So before I get started talking about what we're going to be doing this week, I just want to say welcome to my channel. And if you are new here, my name is Tasha and I do run a small business called Crochet by Tasha, very small. And if you are a returning viewer, welcome back. So let's talk about what we're going to be doing this week. I have lots of little projects that I've started that I have not finished. So one of the projects I'm working on right now is my little moose. This is a pattern that I sell in my store, and I actually have never taken them to a market before, but I might take them to a market, not this weekend, but the next weekend. This pattern is called Marlowe the Moose, and it is by the Cozy Stitch, and it's just the most adorable pattern. I do have some trouble with it, and there's a reason why I haven't actually finished these moose yet. It's because I don't like patterns where I have to close up the belly. I really struggle with that. I know it gives it a nice look, but I still struggle a little bit. So what I've done first is I have made a bunch of parts. So I have made a bunch of moose heads, and then I've also made a bunch of little feet. I have enough parts to make 2 moose right now, and if I make 2 more feet, I will have enough to make 3. So initially I had made 6 heads. So that's my goal, to finish all 6 of these moose. So we will see what I get done and if I have the patience to work on it. But I'm not even gonna go over my other projects with you because I don't wanna bore you to death, but I will just tell you this is what we're gonna work on first. I have finished up this one body and now I'm gonna sew on the head, and then I need to make the antlers to go on top. I might make all the bodies with the heads on top and then go back and like batch prep all the antlers at the same time. So I think I'm gonna do that. And then I will catch up with you guys in between and kind of let you know how it's going. It's been about 25 minutes and I just finished my second moose body. So now we have 2 moose bodies completed. I am going to go ahead and work on number 3. Before I put this moose together, I have to make 2 more feet. So I just counted and I only have 2 little feet and 1 head. And so now I have to make 2 other little feet. But I thought while I'm making that foot, I would talk to you guys a little bit about some of the things that I'm thinking of making. Oops. This foot has this really dark brown color, this burnt color, I don't know what it's called. And then the lighter brown color is the Premier Brights color, but it's in chocolate. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started with this leg. It starts with 7 single crochets. That's all I should probably tell you because you gotta buy the pattern. A list of stuff to do for the week. After going through my Halloween patterns, or my fall patterns, which if you watched my last video, I went over 8 fall patterns for, they're free on Instagram and YouTube. So I thought I would go through and just decide which ones that I want to put in the store. And I think I've decided on the Frankenstein. He's over there, I'll show you in a minute. The zombie bees, the hoodie cats, and the pumpkin frogs. So out of those 4, I want to make 4 Frankensteins, 6 zombie bees, 6 hoodie cats, and 6 pumpkin frogs. So after I am finished with these moose, I'm going to start working on that. And then for regular inventory, I need to make more baby whales. Do you know in the month of, well, you don't know this because you haven't seen my report, but in the month of August, I've sold 18 baby whales at the store, which is shocking because I haven't sold anything that equals that amount. So it's just really interesting that people spend $5 and there's like 18 people that spent $5, so now that equals $90. It just shows that you can sell a lot of little things a lot easier sometimes than you can sell something big. So I want to make 10 baby whales to stock up the store. I have down 5 moose, which I'm working on now, and then I need to make 10 chickens. I've sold 5 so far this month. And I also want to make in total 10 of the rubber ducks, which I showed you in my last video, but I will show you all of those things in just a little while. I'm getting ready to transition to my lighter brown color. I saw an Instagram post by a lady, I can't remember her name right now. Wait, hold on. It's Christine with Whimsical Crafts and Tracy with the Travel Crochet or something like that. They came up with a joint like project for everyone to do. So they spin 2 different spinners, and this week, and what they do is they spin one spinner that's a color and then another spinner that's a theme. So the theme that they came up with for this week was Australian animals that are multicolored or like variegated yarn. So I was thinking about what I could make that will fall under that. So this week, that's one of the things that I want to do. And I was thinking about making a capybara because I don't have any right now and they've always been really popular. So I think I'm gonna make either a really big capybara or maybe a bunch of little capybaras in variegated yarn. And I thought that would be really cute. I'll link that challenge. I think it's a challenge. I will link that challenge down below if you guys want to be part of it. But I'm gonna continue working on this hoof. Obviously I don't crochet very well while I'm talking. So I'm gonna work on this hoof and then I will check in with you guys in a bit. Okay, you guys, the lighting is terrible. And I have been working on these moose for a couple of hours. I have been in what I like to call moose hell. I don't know if I'm ever going to make another moose again after making these. I have made several for the store. I've made probably 10. But this time, and look how cute they are. Like, how do I not keep making these? And they're really popular in the store, but they're too much. The antlers alone take me like 20 minutes just to make the antlers. And then you have to make the ears and you have to make all the little parts. But they're so cute and they each actually look a little bit different. They each have like their own little personality. Sorry, I know the lighting's bad and the view is bad and everything's bad, but I just want to show them to you before I go to bed. Look how cute they are. I don't know, would you make them if it took you like an hour and a half to make one? I don't know. I think these are my last 3 that I'm ever gonna make. Here's a good lighting view of my moose from last night. I love how they all look a little bit different based on like maybe I overstuffed the muzzle a little bit or put the eyes slightly in a different spot. So they all kind of look a little bit different, but they're so cute. I guess they were worth the time. What, Hazel? Hazel wants to go outside. She does this about every 2.5 minutes. Today I'm making ice cream for some family that are visiting, and I'm also making pasta salad. So I thought I would show you guys the process of making ice cream. So far in the pot is heavy cream, whole milk, salt, and I'm just bringing that to a simmer, and then this is 10 egg yolks, which I am whipping up. This is the pasta that I'm using. It's called Giggly. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but it's this twirly looking pasta. Milk is becoming scalded. It just needs to become just hot enough that the sugar dissolves. About scrambling them. Now that I've tempered the egg yolks, then I can go ahead and pour this into the hot milk. I do this. The last step is to pour in the vanilla, and then this has to come to pretty cooled temperature before I can actually put it in the ice cream maker. Pasta, it's all cooked. The pasta salad is gonna have cherry tomatoes, half of a red onion, feta cheese, and cucumber. And then the dressing is 2 juiced lemons, Dijon mustard, and olive oil. So here are all the ingredients that are gonna go in the pasta salad. We have cucumber, chopped onion, cherry tomatoes, Kalamata olives, and then here's the dressing, which I'm getting ready to blend up. Everybody went on a golf cart ride around the island. They went to the other side where there's like a little store. So I thought I would take a minute and whip up some brownie or deli box. No need to make this confusing. So I'm just putting in my vegetable oil, my eggs, my water. I'm gonna whip these up and get them into a pan. And then my little secret trick is to add chocolate sauce to the top of it. A friend of mine at a school where I used to teach used to do that, and they were always amazing. So I'm gonna do that, and I'll show you guys what the pan looks like when I'm done. I'm at the mainland house today, and because we had to have like having our propane tank filled, and I also have an eyebrow wax appointment. These eyebrows are getting scary. Luckily I can barely see, so because I wear readers, so I can't even see how bad they are, but I'm sure other people have looked at me and wondered why I haven't waxed my eyebrows. So I'm gonna go do that. Hopefully I don't look like Groucho Marx after, because she always likes to tint them. And then I'm gonna come back here and work on some projects. But this bag sitting here of plushies that I need to price. So I have my chickens and I have Lady with me here today. And I have the moose that I finished. I need to price that. I have the 2 baby cows. I need to price those. So I might price these later. I was just gonna kind of wait until maybe right before the market and do like a big pricing. But I am thinking about it, and like maybe I should work on that. But I had really decided I was gonna work on WIPS this week. So I'm really gonna try to stay focused on that. But I brought over a small bag of plushies from the island. This is the Luau Bear by LA Crochet, so I need to price her. It's like my little ghosts. The cats are gonna go to the market. I don't think I'm gonna put these in the store. This is definitely a store item, so I had to fix his eye, but isn't he so cute? This is gonna go to market. My little ducks are gonna go to the store. So I brought them just so I could remember which ones I had made, because I wanna make more of them. But so far, I think I have 6, and then I have my 3 little moose that you just saw. So those are gonna be going to the store. This is gonna go to the market with me, not the store. And then I started a Della duck, a little, this is just the regular Della, and I ran out of yarn. So I'm pretty sure I have cream here, so I'm gonna work on that later on today. I have 4 little Stingray tops that I never finished. And I also have 2 turtle shells that are in this really pretty fall tweed color. I think I might bring these 2 turtles to the store. I don't have any turtles there yet, so I think I'll do those. So that I need to finish. This is gonna go to the market, not the store. And then last night, after making those moose, I decided to start making some little mini octos. My baby whales have done so well that I thought of doing the baby octos. This is just a free pattern I got off of Instagram. I'll link it down below. But this is how many I've made. They're super tiny. Like, look how small they are. I don't even know if I should charge $5 for this. What I might do is add keychains to them, because then it will sort of justify my $5. But so far I've made 2 in this pretty pink color. This is all Naughty Pony yarn. I'm pretty sure. Maybe not this color. So I have 2 pink, 2 purple, and 2 in baby blue. I made this one while I was in the car driving here. And then I have this little guy who's so cute. I need to also, I'm gonna take this to, I think I'm gonna take this one to the market. The second little blue octo, and then I made a red one. I just found another octo. This is a different pattern. It has longer tentacles. I don't know which free pattern this is. I actually prefer the longer tentacles, and I guess I could make them, all I have to do is just make them longer. But I do like this one a lot. And then I also made, I made a bunch of velvet turtles, and I never made this one into a turtle. So that's 1 little turtle, 2 large turtles, 1 Della, 4 Stingrays, and then a bunch of mini octos. So that is the plan for today. It's Wednesday and I am now uptown, as you can tell from my way prettier background. I last night was working on turtles, since that was one of my WIPs that I really wanted to finish. And I have a question for you guys, because I've been searching far and wide. What color yarn is this? So this is like a salmon-y, I don't know. This is, I think, red rust or rust red. And then there's this one. And I need another skein. So I'm going to show you what I made, and then you can let me know where you think I can get it. So this is a turtle head. I made 2 turtle heads, and they're to go with my tweed turtle shells. So this is what I have so far. Let's see, this is the bigger turtle fin. 2 and 3, I'll just count all of them. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Ooh, that's a tail. 12. Okay, so I made enough fins for 3 turtles. This is bothering me. I made enough fins for 3 turtles, and I have 2 shells, so I thought I could just make like a 3rd shell. And then I realized this is all, wait, here's another fin. So I have another, I guess I made an extra fin, so I can take that one apart and use that yarn. And then I have 2 heads. So this is all of the yarn I have left, and I'm pretty sure this isn't going to be enough to close up the belly. So I need to go ahead and just start making my first one and just see how much of this I use up. If I need another skein though, I really would like to know what color this is. This morning I went to breakfast with my husband, and then we had to run some errands. We're looking for a coffee table for our living room. So we went to a couple stores, but we did find one thing, but we have to come back because the owner wasn't there to give us a price. It was like an antique store. And I've been communicating with the September retreat people, Apple Tree, Stacy Makes, and April Berwick with the Cozy Buckeye are having a retreat in September in Indiana, and I'm so excited to go. So we were all signing up for our meals, and I think I'm gonna make a Greek meal, like Greek potatoes, rice, maybe not rice, either Greek potatoes or rice, and then skewered chicken, maybe some pita bread and some hummus, and maybe some tzatziki. So that's one of my favorite meals to make, and it's great for a lot of people. So I'm really excited about that. I would love to make a Greek dessert, but I don't know how to make baklava, even though I love baklava. So if you have any Greek desserts that you love, let me know. But I also worked last night on my mini octos. I'm gonna go grab those and show you the colors I made. Okay, here are the octos that I made. So I have 2 baby blue, 2 pink, 3 royal blue, 2 lavender, and then I finished those all up. I added their eyes. Some of them I'm gonna do embroidered eyes, so they don't have eyes yet, like this one. And I also made 3 in this really bright fluorescent yellow. I love this color. It's like a limey green color, great for Halloween. And I know I made a second red one. Like, I'm positive I made a second, if not 3rd red one. So I need to go look in my husband's truck and see if I can find it. So that brings me to 13 mini octos. My goal was 20, so I need to make 7 more octos. So I thought what I would do is I'm gonna make these turtles, and then I'm gonna work on those mini octos. It literally just started raining outside, which is kind of nice because we need rain in Maine. It is very dry here right now. But I finished up my turtles, and I want to check in and show them to you guys. They are so cute. I'm really thinking about taking these to the store and putting them on one of the shelves. I really like the way the eyes turned out. I was going to use glitter eyes, and then I remembered I didn't have my clippy thing, which I told you. Just enough yarn to finish the body. I mean, I had like, this is what I have left, are just the few little fins that I don't have enough to make another turtle, but that's okay. I can always frog those and make maybe like some baby whales out of it. So I think these turned out really cute. Here is the first one, and then here is the second one. I don't think I stuffed the first one enough. So when I made the second one, I stuffed him a little bit more. But super cute, super adorable. I love the color. And again, if you know this color, let me know. Although at this point, I'm not going to order anymore. I'm just going to not. So if I would have wanted to make another turtle, I probably would have. Ooh, did you hear that thunder? I love thunder. I love weather. Anyway, I want to show you guys, before I move on to my next project, I want to show you the safety eye design that I just made. And it's probably not the best lighting to show this to you. So I don't know, I'm gonna try. So this is gonna be called Rose Quartz. So right now I have a brownish color. I have like a gold color changing safety eye. I have a tropical safety eye, and then I wanted to add a third one. So this is going to be called Rose Quartz. And what I love about this glitter is that it has some yellow tones in it and some pink tones. When you first look at it, you only see pink, but then when you start moving it around, you see yellow. So I'm gonna launch this in my Etsy shop. I wanna wait until I have a nice bright day to take some pictures, because pictures make a big difference. So this is the 30 millimeter. This is the 25 millimeter. And this one is the 20 millimeter. But I think they turned out really nice. But I think what I'm gonna work on next are my little octos. I need to make, I think, 7 more. I think I have 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Even though I know there's a red one here somewhere, but we're just gonna go with 13. I need to make 7 more octos. I'm gonna start with a red one, even though that red one's somewhere. And then I just looked on the store live link where I have my stuff, and I've sold 22 baby whales, which is just blows me away. 22 baby whales. Like, I've sold maybe 5 of anything else, but baby whales, 22. So I feel like these are going to be really popular. I'm also going to charge $5 for them. And I thought there are probably other things that I can make that are this size that would also be popular. So I really need to brainstorm that, because these are so easy and fast to make. Not much effort. I can use scrap yarn, so super easy. So I'm gonna work on those 7 octos, and then I'm also watching a show right now. It's called Homecoming. It's not like Alabama Homecoming, like it's not a cute love story. It's actually kind of filmed like a Hitchcock movie, but it has Julia Roberts in it, and it's very good. It's like a thriller, but not scary, but just like really makes you think. So if you're looking for something new to watch while you're crocheting or doing whatever, go look at the show Homecoming. It's on Amazon Prime Video. So, all right, I'll check in with you guys in a bit. I forgot to tell you guys that this pattern is by Crochet by Jenna, and this is her mini turtle pattern. When you make it with Bernat, it comes out this size. And so that's like the perfect size for me. But yeah, Crochet by Jenna, I'll link it down below. There it is Thursday, and I am back at the island and working on some projects. My uninteresting background is back with me, but look at my octos over there. So I just went on a long walk with my husband. I'll show a few clips here. And today is pretty important, today and tomorrow, because Saturday is my big drop-off day for the store, where I'm going to be going to a full bookcase, and so I want to make sure I have all of my items ready to go. I have not received the barcodes from the owner yet, so as soon as she sends that over to me, I can print out the tags and price them. But for now, I have my octos, which I will show you. The octos that I finished up last night. They are gorgeous. My favorite one is this color, and I love this one too. But some of these don't have eyes. I need to embroider eyes on them, so I'm gonna work on that. That'll give me 20 octos, and Saturday is my store drop-off, so I need to make sure I have these ready by then. And then those are all done, so I've crossed those off my list, and I just finished some pickles. So my pickle jar, I believe at the store only has 1 pickle in it, and I usually like to keep 6 pickles in the pickle jar. And this is a super easy pattern. I actually just freehanded this myself. So this is just 8 single crochets, an increase to 16, and then I do 11 rows of 16, and then I single crochet, decrease, back to 8 again, and then, or something like that, and then I just decrease again and close it up. So super easy. So these are my skinny pickles. I made 3 like this, and then I just put the little baubles like randomly. And then I also make a chubby pickle. So this is very similar to the skinny pickle, except I do 8 single crochets, double to 16, and then I single crochet increase to 24, and then I do 11 rows of 24, and then I single crochet decrease, and then just decrease to close it back up. So I like to have the 2 different size pickles. The store owner told me that people like it, that there's different size pickles. So what I have to do last with these is I've got to add the little mouths, and then I've got to print the positive pickle signs and get those attached. For this pattern, or for this pickle, I used a 5mm hook, and this is Stash Goals yarn by Premier. I used a good amount of one of the skeins, which I'm really happy about because I wasn't sure what to do with it. But I'm also thinking this would also make really good turtle fins. But I'm gonna go ahead and finish these pickle parts and then finish up my octo embroidery. And then I think next I'm gonna work on my Frankensteins. My goal is to bring 4 Frankensteins to the store. This is my Frankenstein. I'll put the pattern down below, but I used a 5mm hook and Naughty Pony yarn, and I wanna bring 4 of them. So I think that's gonna be a good amount. I think it's gonna take me a little while, but honestly, it was a really pretty quick pattern. So it's 2 o'clock. I haven't really eaten much today. I think I had a banana this morning and some coffee, and I've been kind of snacking, but I'm gonna go have some lunch, come back, finish my pickles and octos, and get started on my Frankensteins. Been a little while. All of my octos have faces and all of my pickles have smiles, except I think one of them has a straight face. Yeah, this guy has a straight face. It took me quite a while to make my second Frankenstein. I was very disappointed that it took me so long. What happened is it's a free pattern on his website. It's Amadabi or something like that. And when I wrote the pattern down, somehow I didn't write it down correctly, and it ended up being completely wrong. So I had to frog almost the entire thing and start over again. But we are close, right? We are pretty close. So my plan was to make 4 of those. I'm kind of bored with it right now. So I think I'm gonna take a pause and make some zombie bees. So I have 1 more day until I drop all this stuff off at the store. So hopefully between tonight and tomorrow, I can get most of these things done. So we're gonna go work on some zombie bees, and I will check with you in a bit. Day, it's Friday, and it's August 29th, and today is going to be a super busy day in my crochet studio. I want to show you guys what I worked on last night, a new project that I'm working on, and kind of make a game plan for today. I have my list that I made at the beginning of the week, and I just want to double check it. I'm so bad about making lists, either never going back to it or absolutely losing the list altogether, which is what I'm famous for. So I finished the 20 little mini octos, which I showed you. And then last night I started to work on Stingrays. I had made the top 3. I had made 4 blue tops. I made these all out of Bernat. Within the store, my stuff is handled a lot by kids, and I'm finding that some stuff is getting kind of beat up and I'm having to take it off the shelf. So if I use Bernat, it holds up a lot better. So I thought for these Stingrays, they'll come out a lot bigger with Bernat. So I went ahead and finished these last night. I had made 4 blue tops, like, I don't even know when, maybe like a month ago. And I finally finished them. My goal is to make 10 Stingrays. So I'm gonna make 6 more today out of gray yarn and then another blue yarn that I found. And then I already showed you my bees. I finished 6 of those last night. So we're done with that. And I want to show you a new project that I'm working on. So I've been wanting to add wristlets for a long time to my booth, just to kind of give me another product in the booth that is interesting. I don't think I'm going to sell these in the store. I was inspired by Looping Teddies. She's been making wristlets for a long time now, and they do really well. I don't know what pattern she uses, but I actually surfed through her channel to try to find it. So Veronica, if you're watching, if you could link your pattern down below that you like to use, I think that would be really helpful. If you don't want to, it's okay. But I found this as a free YouTube tutorial, and it is by, oh, I forgot to tell you that this Stingray pattern is by Do Cotton. I'll put it down below, but I'll also put it on the screen. It's the mini Stingray. I just have to embroider the two eyes up here, and then I thought it would be cute to embroider a mouth down here. I'm not sure. So, and then this pattern, which is on YouTube, is by Alpenglow Basin Fiber Arts. So she has a really good YouTube tutorial. She actually has quite a few out there for making things like this, and I was easily able to follow along with her. She has a really cool casting on, which is that first row that you do where you don't just create chain stitches, but she creates like a stretchy stitch. She calls it a base chain, and it makes it a little stretchier than it would have been. But I think it turned out really nice, kind of professional. The one thing I don't like about it is I feel like this is not totally in the middle, but I think overall it looks pretty good. I used a 4.5mm hook, and here's the pink one, and I'm going to show you all of the cord that I bought. This is the cord. It looks almost like yarn, but it's really, really sturdy. Like, I can usually take yarn and like break it if I don't have scissors with me. You can't do that with this. So this is a really pretty rust color, and this is the brand. Oh, is that backwards? It's Likkeecords. I'll link everything down below. And I bought this color. This is like really pretty sage color. And I bought this one, which is like a rust color. And it must just last forever, because like, look how much is on there. And you don't use very much to make one wristlet. Then I bought pink, because pink is so popular. And I also bought lavender. So I thought, you know, these are the three colors that I think are going to be the most popular. But I also bought, and I don't know if this is the same width. It almost looks thinner. It's this cream. This looks like what I use to put tags on my plushies. Let's see if it's the same. Yeah, it's the same. So I thought a cream one might be nice, and there are also lots of patterns out there for multicolored wristlets, and you could like combine these two together to make a nice design. So I just want to keep playing around with these wristlets. I bought a spinning holder for like my keychains and ended up not using it for that. So I think this might work for that. I just need to spray paint it white. I'll probably show that to you next week. That's going to be a next week project. But yeah, these are really quick. I think I made each one in like under 15 minutes. It was very, very fast. I'll also link these little things down below. I have them in this color, and then I also have them in silver. But I thought I really like these. They're kind of like a brass color, and they're easy to open. But so if you would like to make yours, I will link everything down below for you guys. And I don't know, it might be something fun to add. People who don't want plushies, that really think they would like a wristlet. I don't know if this is big enough. I have a small hand, but is that big enough, or should it be longer? You can make it any length that you want. So that's what I've been working on. My original plan was to make 4 Frankensteins, 6 zombie bees, 6 hoodie cats, 6 pumpkin frogs, 10 baby whales, 5 moose, 10 chickens, 10 ducks, 10 stingrays, and 20 mini octos. So far in that list, I have made 1 Frankenstein, 6 zombie bees, 20 mini octos, and 4 stingrays. So I think I will just keep ticking off on this list. I have quite a few chickens that I still have made. I'll put everything on the bed in a minute so you can see it. And I think I actually do have quite a few chickens. I mean, my initial drop off, I will have plenty of chickens. This is like future inventory. So this is like what I would like to make, but if I don't make it, that's okay. So I'm going to start off by making my 6 little, I think I'm going to use this mystical yarn, and then I have, I think this is perfect phasing yarn. Look what perfect phasing yarn does. Like, that is not a clean transition. So we will take that part off and then use this for something else. Maybe like eye detail on something. And then I think this is going to be a really nice stingray color. I think I'll make 3 out of this color and then 3 out of this color. I don't know if they're super easy. I may make even more. So we'll see what I feel like doing. And I will catch up with you guys when I've made something. 11:30, and these stingrays have taken me way longer than I anticipated, but I'm ready to show them to you. So I'll show you, this is the original one that I made. So something I switched up about the pattern, see how tight this is, because the first row of cream is a single crochet decrease. So I switched it up and I did a single crochet all the way around, and then I did this single crochet decrease. So these may look the same to you, but this one is a little more round. And then you can see this one looks pretty good. So I have 4 in this bright blue color. I think this is a perfect phasing color, just based on like the little hints of white that are in it. And then I made 3 in this color, which is the mystical yarn, and I used a 5mm hook on these. I was using a 7 and it was coming out huge, so I could have made larger stingrays, but because I started off as a smaller stingray, I wanted to keep them all the same. So 3 in this color, and then I moved to this color, which is probably my favorite because it looks like an actual stingray. But this is the perfect phasing yarn, and then as I made the second one, and then I was able to use up the rest of that ball, and then when I got to this one, I ran out. So I just grabbed another yarn, which I think it actually turned out okay. This is, I believe, a mystical yarn, but I'm not positive. It's some kind of a polka dot burnout yarn. And then I was able to finish up those 3. So that gives me 10 stingrays, and the last step is for me to embroider some eyes up here on the top. These little guys, they have so much personality with their embroidered eyes than they would have had with plastic eyes. They're so cute. Oh my gosh. Now it's time to take a photo. The thing that I've laid out on the bed here are things I'm going to be taking to the store on Saturday. So I just want to kind of show you what I have. Plenty of inventory to take, but if I want to add some backup inventory, I'll kind of talk about what I think I'm going to add. So these are the ghosts over here. I have 4 black and 4 white, and then mini octos. I have 20. 6 pickles. I still need to make the signs. 2 pumpkin frogs. This is a chubby frog that I actually needed to fix the eye that I'm just going to take back. We have 10 small stingrays. I have 6 winged chickens, 3 moose, 2 large turtles, and 3 spiders. Did I say I have 3 hoodie cats? So these are 3 cats with a pumpkin hoodie on. So if I add something, this is probably what I want to focus on, but I don't have this yarn. So I have to go back and see what kind of yarn I do have that would work for this. And I might also want to make a couple more of these hoodie cats. I think a couple more spiders would be helpful. I think these will probably be popular. So this is what we have, and everything still needs to be tagged, but I don't have I don't have the codes yet to create the tags. So I might have to wait until tomorrow to do that. The 2 different pumpkin frogs. This is a free tutorial on YouTube by Woolly Crafts. I will link her down below. But this is Bernat. This is Naughty Pony, and Stash Goals by Premier. So a little bummed that it's smaller because I'm charging $10 for these at the store, but I think it's okay. I'm just going to mark them all $10 and see what happens, but I think it turned out nice. Well guys, I think I'm going to be calling this video quits for the day. It has been a week since I have been filming this video, and it's getting a little long. And it's a beautiful day outside, so I think I'd like to go out there and enjoy it for a little while, take a little crochet break. But I want to thank you for coming along with me. while I stock up the store. And just to let you know what's going to happen next week, I will be finally putting out some Etsy listings for my safety eyes, some new colors I'm coming up with. Also, I will be going to a market next weekend, so next week will be market prep for that. Now that I have all of this inventory ready to go for the store, I feel like I can start focusing on that. But it's been a lot of fun hanging out with you, and if you haven't already, please consider liking and subscribing. It really helps out my channel, and I hope that you're having a wonderful day and working on something that you really enjoy. Have a great day. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.